Sean Zattel, FightHype.com, here with the highly respected and accomplished Mr. Coach Kevin Cunningham. Coach, I had a little theory after the Lubin fight. I said, I got a feeling Coach Cunningham went back to the room, took care of his fighter, like nursed him back to strength. But once he started feeling better, he said, "You had that motherfucker, Fundora." And that am I on the right path at all?
Well, kind of, sort of. It was more so that he didn't execute the game plan and the strategy that we put together in the camp, and he let himself get caught up in a firefight. The first round, if you watch the first round of the fight, that's the way he was supposed to fight that fight. Keep Fundora in the center of the ring, keep him turning, keep the stick on him up and down, feints, run him in his left hands, and keep his feet turning. And he got away from that, and he ended up getting flat-footed, and now he's in a toe-to-toe firefight. And that's why we got the results that we got.
Do you feel like this time he won't make that mistake with Ramos?
Well, he shouldn't. He shouldn't have made the mistake with Fundora, but as a trainer, all you can do is prepare your guy, come with your strategy, get him ready, condition-wise, mentally, physically, lay out everything the way it's supposed to be laid out, and he's got to go and stay true to the strategy and the game plan and stay disciplined enough to execute it. No matter what your opponent's job is to try to prevent you from doing what you want to do. But you got to stay disciplined and focused enough, stick to the game plan, and keep doing what's working for you. And that's what he has to do.
Ramos, tough Mexican-American kid, but he fancies himself as a boxer. He feels like, his skills are overlooked. Could that play into your guys' hand, him trying to box with Erickson instead of go after him right away?
Yeah, well, I mean, Ramos, he boxes pretty good, and he comes forward when the opportunity presents itself. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be an interesting fight because this fight, both guys have decent skill sets, but I think if Hammer stays focused and disciplined, his skill set is above and beyond Ramos' skill set. And I think Ramos really needs Hammer to stand and fight with him and get into a firefight. And we're not planning on doing that on Saturday night. We're planning on executing our game plan, and he's got to figure out a way to deal with it, which will bring him out of that boxing that you're talking about, and he's going to have to eventually come out of his shell and do something that he may not be comfortable doing.
And he could walk into some big shots doing that, right?
Yeah.
How big of a factor is the speed advantage for Erickson in winning this fight?
It's a big advantage, but we just got to stick to that. You got to be smart. You got to box. There's going to be opportunities to sit down because Hammer likes to fight, but there's going to be opportunities to sit down and punish, but you got to put your opponent in those spots and pick and choose those spots when you choose to do that.
What about, people, they do wonder about the punch resistance of Erickson. What would you say to that?
Well, I mean,
not his skills, but
I mean, there's been some opportunities where he's been caught with shots. So, that's why me as a defensive specialist comes to play. And if you're not really getting hit flush and clean, you don't have to worry about it.
And Coach Cunningham, why are you always so honest with your fighters? I remember Emmanuel used to say there's too many cheerleaders becoming coaches now, and so can you break that down for me?
I mean, if you're not going to be true to the fighter and honest with the fighter, you're not helping the fighter. So, and the only way to rectify a problem is to be honest and deal with the problem head on and tell the truth. I can't look the other way and act like I don't see what I see. Mm-hmm. And if they don't like it, then so what? I'm being honest and I'm keeping it real because life is real, man. So you gotta deal with things and be realistic about the situation. So I just try to keep it 100 with my fighters, and it's all about doing what's best for them, even if they don't like what they hear. I don't tell them what they want to hear. I tell them what they ought to hear.
Final prediction for the fight?
Oh, I see Erickson going out, and it's going to be a really good fight. I mean, Ramos is a really tough, strong young fighter, hungry fighter. But I see Erickson's skill set, his experience, and his power playing a role in this fight.
And just to ask you about the main event, is Jermell Charlo showing too much respect to Canelo?
Well, we're damn sure not seeing the Jermell Charlo we're used to seeing, that's for sure. So I think Jermell's coming to fight, but Jermell's got to be Jermell on Fight Night. So if he's Jermell, when the bell go ding, I think we got a great fight on our hand, and I like his chances. I mean, Canelo, all-time great. But I think he's got a real live opponent in front of him, Jermell Charlo.
What does Jermell got to do, you believe, to win the fight? What's he got to execute?
I mean, he's got to use his athleticism, use his legs to get in and out, and he's got to take the proper chances, and he's got to, come to fight. And I know Jermell's going to come to fight, and I think that a lot of that could be a problem for Canelo, especially if we see the Canelo we've seen in the last couple of fights.
Right. Well, I mean, he's more of a boxer. He's not like Corey Spinks, who you made champ, not a pure boxer.
Right.
Does he need to be more the pure boxer? No, be Jermell.
He needs to be Jermell, but he's got to use his legs a little more in this fight. But he's still got to be Jermell.
So you got a final prediction for that fight? Or?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if Jermell pulled off the upset.
Thank you, Coach. Great talking to you. Thank you.